Welcome back to Hoenn Balls. We love this region because it has lots of color, better animation compared to the first generation by far, and by the second generation by a good amount. We're playing with our beloved Torchic. Now, we really want to keep playing with our starter, but this challenge is going to require me to just relegate my starter to an HM slave. So Torchic is going to stay a Torchic for the remainder of the game, and it's going to learn Cut and Rock Smash, maybe, if it can learn. I got to look it up again. Maybe I'll flash Cerebi on the screen right now with the HM moves it can learn. But I have my buddy Ralts, or my female Ralts, my dudette, and Ralts is going to take us all the way into Rustboro City, and we're going to have to trade Ralts. Now, of course, as many of you know, Ralts is great in late game, mid game, all the way through, once you can evolve it into Kirlia and Gardevoir. But I will be trading it for a C-Dot, and C-Dot is actually not that bad once you evolve it in a Nuzleaf and eventually Shiftry, because you gain that dark typing in addition to your grass typing. Also, I want to give a big shout out to ROMs, because you can fast forward through certain areas in boring parts of the game, like running into wild Pokemon and such, and going through dialogue with in-game characters, or NPCs, I guess. So that's very nice. Now, Ralts is interesting. I forgot about this. It doesn't learn Confusion until level 6. Or maybe it's 7. I'm going to recheck as I rewatch this gameplay with y'all. Make sure it's all up to par. You start off with Growl. Now that is about as poor as Magikarp starting out with Splash. Now of course Magikarp, as we all know, learns Tackle at level 15, maybe Flail in the newer games, but in the Gen 1, Gen 2 games it learned Tackle at level 15, which is still worse than Ralts, but it's like, come on, you have a Psychic type Pokemon early on in the game, and you can't even use it once you catch it, because you're guaranteed to not catch a level 7 Ralts on Route 102. If you did, you would be that'd be speedrun material right there, for sure. I don't even know if the speedrunners even use Ralts. They probably just use Swampert. That'd be my guess, because Swampert is OP. Only weakness is the grass type. But I digress. So I hit the Pokemon Center. We try to get out of Petalburg City, and there's this dude. Now, I haven't played Emerald in like 8 years, so I don't remember this guy. So I have no idea what he's about. I know some of you do, but I just want it to be a surprise, because I want to have a little nostalgia here and go through, and it's almost like playing this game over, like for the first time in some aspects, because yeah, I'm playing it over, but I don't remember certain aspects. I remember that Team Magma and Team Aqua are battling it out, and you experience both, or interact with both sides a lot, not just one side, because I just played through Sapphire on my actual Game Boy Advance, and it was just Team Aqua that I dealt with, and they only awoke Kyogre. And I know in Emerald, all 3 of the legendaries are in there. The big legendaries, the main ones, I would say. Of course, we can't forget about Regice, Registeel, and Regirock. And I gotta play that later generation game that introduces Regigigas, because is he normal type? Well, I guess it's legendary, so it doesn't have a gender, but is that one normal type? And like, I guess, but it's like, does anybody really want a normal type legendary Pokemon? I mean, think about it. All the greats, Mewtwo, Ho-Oh, Lugia, Mew, Celebi. All the greats, you don't want them to be normal type. You want them to have some cool type with a really cool moves. I'm going to fight this fisherman. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Magikarp, level 9, has Splash. Ralts, thankfully, it was level 6 that Ralts learned Confusion. So I'm going to use Confusion on this Magikarp, and the other thing that I've always hated, but it makes sense, is how Magikarp only gives you a very small amount of experience points compared to any other Pokemon that is the same level as said Magikarp. But thankfully Ralts is almost at level 7, so this Magikarp is actually going to give me, I believe, 37 experience points, which is just enough to bump me up to level 7. And yes, I am using Ralts, which is not an in-game traded Pokemon, but I have to get to the trades in order to trade and to get to in-game traded Pokemon. So Ralts, I am leveling up because I'm very excited to trade for the C-Dot so I can have a boosted Pokemon, because I love that because they level up so much faster and you don't have to battle wild Pokemon as much. Get this bug catcher out of the way. Oh yeah, there's one Team Aqua member in the forest. And we have not met Team Magma yet, but I'm sure we will very soon. If not in Rustboro City, then right after Rustboro City. So Ralts, actually, I'm not even gonna try because I know that Psychic type is not very effective against Dark type. And that's interesting. At Gen 3, you can get a Dark type early on, compared to Gen 2 when they introduced Dark type. You had to really wait to get one. I believe by the time, what was it, Umbreon and Houndour, Houndoom. Yeah, you couldn't get a Houndour early on in Gen 2 at all. You had to wait late game. You couldn't even trade, there was no in-game trade. If there was an in-game trade for a Houndour in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, I would take that every time. Even if I was trading like a Dratini or something, I'd make it happen. So we finished off the first Team Aqua member in this forest. Of course he was going to be weak. And we got a Great Ball, which is actually going to come in handy in either next episode or episode after that, so look out for that. And we got a Technical Machine. Oh, that's Bullet Seed. I showed that because I'm going to be using Bullet Seed and teaching it to my C-Dot. And we get our first double battle here, and I was very excited to try this out because now Ralts actually has an attacking move and we can use it against opposing Pokemon. So of course, Confusion and Torchic is just having a field day because both of these Pokemon are grass type. Of course, Lotad is also water type, but I just wrecked this C-Dot immediately with Ember. Early game, fire type moves, they just destroy. It's just the way it is. It's the way it's always been. I mean, I'm only privy to Gens 1 through 3, maybe the later generation games it's not the case, but Ember just wrecks, and that's great. Of course, after early game, you really need to step up to like Flame Wheel or Flamethrower or whatever the new fire type moves are called, you know, mid game and whatnot. But I just love it. So Torchic actually is gonna level up again. I'm trying to like chill with that, right? I was trying to just use Ralts, but we ran into a double battle that we couldn't avoid. So there we go, and we're gonna get just into Rustboro City. That was wet, TWW. And thank you guys for watching, and next episode we will be battling Roxanne with our new C-Dot that hopefully will wreck Roxanne because she's rock type just like Brock was in Gen 1. Balls out.